All right, August is Drowning Impact Awareness Month. Anita Roman live at Swimhaus in Gilbert. Good morning, Anita.
Good morning. So interesting statistics here. The Deputy Chief at Gilbert Fire joining us. Mark, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So tell us a little bit about what you've been seeing when it comes to drowning since all this started.
Yeah, so since the stay-at-home order was issued, we've seen about a 30% increase in our drowning and water-related calls, and that's consistent across Maricopa County as well as here in Gilbert. Gilbert alone, we're sitting at 9 water-related incidents this year. Normally, we're somewhere around in the 5 to 6 range at this point.
When you say water-related incidents, what are you talking about?
Talking about drownings and near drownings. So the difference, a near drowning, when we report to the hospital and deliver, the child is at least has a pulse, maybe breathing, versus a drowning would be considered lifeless, no signs of life.
And you have a theory as to why this is happening. I thought maybe with more people at home, we would see fewer drownings because the parents are home watching, and you're saying that's not necessarily the case.
Yeah, I don't think it's... I can't prove anything, but we do have a theory that we think since the COVID pandemic has hit, I know just even for my own children, they've got more free time. When school got out early and the stay-at-home order was issued, they're not in school as long as they normally were. They're not going to their different sporting activities and after-school extracurricular activities, the bands, the sports, all of the different parks and rec events, anything that whatever your child is passionate about, all that stuff has been canceled. So that's why it's so awesome to see these events taking place here at Swimhaus today.
And then parents are home and adults are home, but they're working, so it's difficult. It is very difficult.
There's distractions around us everywhere since this pandemic has come across. Yeah, but parents working from home, but they're focused on a whole new way of life and a whole new way to work and maintaining what their livelihood is, and so their focus might be distracted elsewhere and not necessarily on the children.
So the message is we need to remember the ABCs.
Correct.
Of pool safety.
Yeah, and we've been preaching those ABCs for years. Adult supervision, nothing replaces that. Barriers, one of the interesting things just walking into here, we saw a barrier on the door to this facility that has people everywhere, where that door handles at above a rate that a child could not reach. And that's just one of many different types of barriers that you can have in your house. And then CPR is the one we've been preaching for years, is that last line of defense. There is really nothing more important than that early CPR if you were to find a child in a water-related incident. But the other thing that we've started this year to really concentrate on is an additional C for the ABCs is Coast Guard approved flotation devices. We've had several incidents in Gilbert alone, let alone Maricopa County, where kids are put in just the arm floaties. They somehow get out of those. Nobody notices for just those few seconds, and the child slips underwater.
And we have to say thank you to Swimhaus because they're letting us hang out here. How important are swim lessons?
So it's a great point. One of the things that we try to get in our education that we do for Gilbert Fire is if you have a child missing, the first place you need to go is the pool. And you can see from the kids around here, we've got from a couple months old to a few years old. They teach them early on those survival rates, how to get on their back and float. Give them that chance to survive while you're looking for them if you ever find yourself in that horrible situation.
Well, we thank you for sharing the info because that might be something people have not been thinking about. We do appreciate it. We'll have a link to the Swimhaus website in Gilbert on fox10phoenix.com. But that's something we haven't really talked about. We haven't really discussed. We know there's depression, drug use and abuse is up, and so on. And then, just another thing to talk about. Make sure that people are aware of it.
Absolutely. And, we see so many reminders, unfortunately. And families are never the same when they lose these children in these pools. Thank you, Anita. Celeste.